Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mika Music TV. Now we have a really surprising video here. I know I'm a couple days past when this album released, because I was I've been busy the past couple of days, but but better late than never. Besides, you can't really be late to this. I mean, as long as it's within the first couple weeks, I'd say. Also, sorry if the audio is a little wonky, if there's some weird background noise, if I'm too far away from the mic. I'm still working on my mic settings, trying to see how it all goes on YouTube, see if people are fine with it, with how I'm doing it now. I think it sounds good, but of course I can change it. So, we're here talking about the new Eminem album. That's crazy to say. Now this is not going to be a review. I don't know if I'm gonna do one. I might. I'm not sure yet. But this is just kind of general album discussion, kind of like how it happened, like my story with it, the impact it's had, and kind of what I've seen people, how I've seen people reacting to it over on Twitter, YouTube, all that. So let's start. We all know Eminem we know he's been making an album for a while because, I mean, obviously he's making music when he's not, like touring or doing whatever. He said that he's always making music, but there's been rumors a lot for all, like some of his producers that I've worked with him before have been teasing stuff on Instagram for a while. There were some, people go around saying, like, actual, credible people who are close with like Dre and Eminem, saying that, like, oh yeah, Dre's been mixing his new record. There was a clip a while ago where 50 said that Eminem sent him a new record to get on. So we know lately it's been, something's been brewing up, something's getting ready to actually happen. And we didn't know when. We didn't know if he was gonna do another surprise thing like Kamikaze. So things have been generally quiet for the past like couple weeks, considering what we usually have been getting teased. And yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on, before this came out. So now let's talk about when it came out. So I'm just sitting in my room, January 16th. It's almost midnight. I'm staying up because January 17th is my birthday, right? And it was just a couple of days ago, a few days ago, and it's actually my 18th birthday, right? So it was a pretty big birthday. So I wanted to stay up just to be like, hey, it's my birthday. That's cool. And then I go to bed. So I just wanted to stay up. So I'm just in my room, just kind of going over Twitter and just kind of relaxing, not really doing anything. And then it's like 11:58, probably. Um, I see someone who I follow who's an Eminem fan on Twitter. I see them start freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, he did it again. He dropped an album. Now this is the first person who I saw talk about it. My initial snap reaction, I don't know if it's because I was tired. I was tired. I don't know why it was like this, but I immediately dismissed it. I was just like, "What? Like, is this person crazy? Like, what are they talking about? What do you mean a new Eminem album?" I didn't even check Spotify when I saw that, because I just assumed it was just like a troll post, because it wasn't even, it was only there was still a couple minutes to go until midnight. So I was like, what? So I was just like, okay, fine, I'll check Spotify at 12. I didn't do it then. It was the weirdest thing. It just struck me like in such a weird mood. I don't understand what happened. So it gets 12. It gets to 12. And my first thing, I'm like, oh wait, it's my birthday. Cool, cool. So then I go on my Spotify page. I open to see all the albums, and there's a new album there, Music to Be Murdered By. Now, there's crazy things going on at once. Like, it's my birthday. It's not my 18th birthday, and my favorite rapper just dropped an album on my birthday, a surprise album. When I tell you I was freaking out, I was going insane. I was punching the air, not literally, but I was freaking out. I immediately clicked play on it. I Man, I couldn't even process what was going on, and then people more on my timeline started to notice and be like, oh, whoa, what just happened? So then I see people on my timeline starting to go crazy. I'm going crazy. Just, I swear, this was more hype than the Kamikaze release. Was it? I'll get back on that. But at the very least, this is certainly on par. I can guarantee that right now. This is definitely on par, just for the fact that it was my birthday, and it's like, dude, you know, if you were around for either this release, if you're a big Eminem fan, if you were there for this release or Kamikaze when they first released, you know the feeling. It's kind of just like, it's just bizarre. That's the only word. So I'm listening to the album and I'm just like, he did it again. He did another surprise album. And honestly, I think that's just the new way to go. Maybe not for all artists, but like for Eminem, that's just like, that's the best way to go now, because now people, if you know, have a whole promotion around beforehand, people are going to have all these expectations. And if you have singles too, people are gonna be like, oh, this better not sound like this, this better sound like, you know, this better sound like the single, or the next one better sound completely different because I don't like this. So I mean, a surprise drop allows for like no expectations, you know. Hold up, sorry, I thought I was I thought I had an issue. I'm fine now. So yeah, it's the new way to go. I mean, like the third time around, I feel like it'd be kind of tiresome because it's like, all right. So, but if he does again, it's still gonna result in like a big freak out. But you know, who knows? So yeah, I'm just like, dude, he just did it again. He just did it again, and I don't know. It's just insanity because I remember, um, literally 3 days before, I checked the date on the tweet on my private Twitter account. Sorry, interruption. And you know, we're low budget here. I'm not gonna edit that out. So, on my private Twitter account, just like 3 days before this dropped, I was like, hmm. I was really hoping Eminem was gonna drop the album this Friday, but the Mac Miller album is being released, so it's definitely not gonna happen. Cause you know, Mac Miller, his family, um, uh, you know, they were, you know, him, like his family and some like producers who were working with him, they finished some material he was working on and developed it into an album called Circles, which accompanies Swimming, his album from 2018. So, and the date for that was only announced like a couple weeks before, you know, it released. It was only like a couple weeks notice. So I was like, oh, Eminem's gonna be, you know, he's gonna be like, oh no, I don't know. I just figured it wouldn't happen just because it's Mac Miller, right? You know, he died. It's like a kind of like a big deal. And the thing is, I saw a lot of people being like, "Oh, this is disrespectful to Mac Miller. He won't let him you know, have his day. He won't let his music shine." It's like, that bothered me a lot because it's like, dude, you know how long M's probably been working on this album, and I have respect for Mac Miller. I listened to Circles. I listened to the album and I enjoyed it. I did like it, but this album was only announced a couple weeks before, and I bet M has had this release date for like quite a bit now. All right, because this is something clearly he's been working on. Because there's like a lot of tracks, a lot of features. So I don't want to hear this. Oh, he's trying to steal the spotlight from him. Just stop with that. So yeah, that was kind of the whole initial release. Obviously, just freaking out listening to it. My whole first listen, I could not even process it because you know because it was a big deal. Typically I don't really process music a lot that much on my first listen. You know, it's my first time hearing it, but especially this one because it's just the way it happened. So let's get a bit into the album. Premonition, you know, the intro. It's just, I don't know, just a fire intro. It's one of his better ones. I feel like it's up there with Bad Guy and Ringer. The Ringer is probably top three, for sure top three. Album intro. Bad Guy is my number one favorite because that's my favorite Eminem song ever. And Premonition might be top three. I'm not sure yet. A lot of that kind of stuff's gonna take some thought. So just looking at the track list, it was insane because like on the second track you have Young Ma. Who would have thought that Young Ma and Eminem would be on a song together? It's a very strange and unlucky combination, but they go well together. I like Young Ma's verse. Then he has Royce on it. Ed Sheeran's back. He wasn't on Kamikaze, but he was on Revival with River. and I like that song. Juice World is on it. I know Juice WRLD, unfortunately, it died back in December, and for people who didn't know, Juice WRLD was a big Eminem fan. He freestyled over a bunch of different Eminem beats for a whole hour on Sway. No, not Sway. It was Tim Westwood, I believe. I don't know why I said Sway. Um, that was insane, and like my initial reaction, I was like, oh, is this like a did Eminem just like get this like is this an, I wondered if Juice WRLD actually recorded this for him when he was alive, and I figured out that he did. So this wasn't something that Eminem pulled from his vault and was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. So it's nice to know that Eminem actually had the intent of having Juice WRLD in the song, and he did, and it's a great song. Em goes super like super fast, and it's it's a supersonic speed type thing that he's been doing on his past few albums. More interruptions. You know how we go over here. So yeah, that was great. That song is Juice WRLD has a really awesome chorus. It's really fun. M goes crazy. Um, I mean, there's a couple like relationship songs on the album as he always does, and typically lately they've been kind of like nice guy and good guy. Good guy is really good. Nice guy is just all right. I'll need to listen to it again to develop more thoughts on it, but it's kind of like a staple in all those albums, which I'm fine with because I generally like them, and they're really good in this album because the beats on them are what's good. Like this is one of his best produced albums in a while. Like for real, man. Like then there's Leaving Heaven, Skylar Grey. That song addresses his dad. Eminem's dad died like a bit ago, a few months ago last year. Obviously, M has not been close to them ever, and he still wasn't. He still resents him a lot on the song. Then there's Ya Ya with Royce 59 again, Black Thought, Q-Tip, and Denine. I don't know how you say his name, and I feel bad, but Mr. Porter is another way just to say it. Um, I swear, a couple weeks ago, because I've been thinking about the M album for like a while, I was like, what if what if M got Black Thought on the album? Because Black Thought is also one of my favorite rappers. He's one of the best like lyricists ever, and I was like, another interruption. I swear that's the last one. I could be a professional and edit these out, but I'm good. So yeah, a couple weeks ago I was literally just like, what if he got Black Thought on the album? Because I'm a Black Thought fan. Like I said, one of the best lyricists ever. He's definitely in my top five of all time. And it's just like, when I saw him on the track, I was just like, he did it. He did it. He improved on the features from Revival to Kamikaze. Then he improved even more from Kamikaze to Music to Be Murdered By. I don't know how he did it, but it's amazing. Uh, Q-Tip was only on the chorus, which it would have been great if he had a verse, but he was cool in the chorus. So the only problem I have with that song is like the mixing is a little strange, so it's a little hard to hear the vocals. But still, one of the best songs on the album because you have three of some of the best. All these people are in my top 10. I don't know. I don't know if Royce is top five. That'll take thought, but he's definitely top 10. So three of my top 10 of all time on one track. Dude. Then there's Stepdad. I love the beat. The beat on that song is raw and aggressive. Marsh, that song's fun. Never Love Again. Legends, a fun song. Dude, you got Anderson .Paak on the album. Now, if you know, I've said before, if you put Anderson .Paak on a song, it's automatically a good song. That's obviously not to say like M's part was bad, because it wasn't. He had great verses, but like Anderson .Paak, he improves any song immediately. No Regrets with Don Tolliver. That was a surprise feature to see. And then the final track, which is I Will, with all the members of Slaughterhouse except Joe Budden, because Joe Budden is retired. A lot of people are like, oh, you didn't put Joe in there because they're in a beef, doesn't like him, but no, they kind of put that to rest. Pretty sure, and that was over a while ago. And besides, Joe is retired. I mean, it'd be great to see him come back. Would have been awesome to see him come back on this album, but I guess he doesn't want to. So yeah, generally the album it's very well produced. Um, Em doesn't go too crazy on the shots like he did on Kamikaze. Obviously, there are shots, like he mentions MGK a couple times, a couple other people, but generally it's not like a more it's not really a response album like Kamikaze was. I mean, he references Kamikaze, he references Revival being a flop or whatever commercially. Even though I like Revival, um, the album I my thoughts are still developing, but like my general thoughts are obviously that it's amazing. Now I don't have an official ranking or rating for it yet. That's gonna take time, but it's amazing though. Now this isn't for sure. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I think I might like it more than Okay, I think I like it more than Kamikaze. That's not the diss Kamikaze. It's still one of my favorite albums from 2018, and that's obviously it's no shade on any other album that I think. But this is there are no skips on the album, at least as of yet. There are a couple songs I'm a little about compared to others. Probably like Never Love Again. That's not one that I don't skip that one, but when it comes on, I'm a little like okay. I still listen to it because I enjoy it. Oh yeah, I forgot to go over. There's a Darkness too, which is the image you're seeing on the right. That's from the music video, which is that's kind of telling his own story and view about the whole like Las Vegas shooting that happened a while ago. And it's generally a gun control song, calling for gun control to end gun violence. Because he believes in that, which is good. So generally he just goes hard on the album. This album doesn't really have necessarily like a specific direction. It's just kind of just Eminem songs, if that makes sense. Like he's not trying to make really a statement overall with it. It's just a rap album. That's what it is. It's just a rap album. I don't think I need to say anymore. And the metaphors on this, the double, triple entendres, the lyricism is on point with this album too. By the way, like I know it's gonna take me a long time to process the entire album. I mean, I doubt I'll ever get every single bar and metaphor and everything. I just don't see that happening because there's still some things I'm catching from even Revival, which wasn't as heavy on the lyrics as they're not as prominent as they are on this album. Like he goes more crazy lyrically, and there's still things I'm catching from that. It's obviously I'm not done catching things with Kamikaze either, and I bet I can go back to things as far as back as Slim Shady LP and still catch new things if I listen closely and look up the lyrics. So this lyricism is it's just improving like even further still. It's I don't know. He did it again. He did it again. So man, overall, it's it's an amazing album. I'll save more thoughts for maybe it's gonna be a long time before this video comes, but for the rap album of the year video, because I guess technically I can't guarantee, but I'm fairly certain this is gonna be a contender already. Just because it's Eminem, I gotta include him. He's my favorite rapper, and I'm legitimately loving this project, man. 3 Royce features on it, because he's on obviously You Gonna Learn, Yeah Yeah, and the song Without a Slaughterhouse, because Royce is the part of Slaughterhouse. So give the album a listen if you have. I know it's an hour and 4 minutes, so it's a little long, but it's amazing though. Like it's Eminem. You shouldn't be concerned by the length at all. Even though I'm like that with albums sometimes, but like see, generally when I listen to albums, I kind of prefer them to be shorter. But like if one of my favorites is drop one, I prefer if it's longer. Cause like if this album was like an hour 30, if it was an hour 30 by any other artist, I would have groaned. But it's if I would not have been mad if it was Eminem. I mean, I would give even if I groaned at it, I would give an album a shot. Cause I'm not gonna not listen just because of its length or anything. I'm not trying to be like that, but yeah, just give the album a listen. That's really all I have to say because my thoughts still aren't too developed on it. But It's amazing though. Amazing production. Not a single skip. Lyricism on point. Incredible. I'm gonna talk about some of the impact it's been making. I'm gonna talk about some of the backlash it's gotten. See, I've seen some people. Here's something that bothers me. I'm not trying to seem like like an M fanboy or anything. And obviously, he is my favorite rapper. I get some people don't like him. I understand and respect people who don't, because he's just not for everyone. But I feel like some people are giving some unfair criticism. Like when people are like, "Oh, he's almost 50 and he's still relying on shock value bars." Like he has a bar on unaccommodating about referencing the Ariana Grande bombing in Manchester. People are like, "Oh, he's just relying on this." And first of all, let's talk about how people think people are getting offended by it. This is Eminem. Listen to the Slim Shady LP and the Marshall Mathers LP. He's been he's been talking about this kind of crazy stuff. He doesn't support or believe in it. He said this before. The lyrics are just it's just I mean it's just for the sake of rap, just to have like crazy bars like that. That's just his style. I don't think he's not relying on this. It's just a part of his rhyme scheme. It's just something. It's just a part of how he raps. That's just kind of his thing now. I mean, it's always been. It's always been. I mean, he's gone. He didn't go too much on. He didn't have too many shock value bars on something like Revival, so he doesn't rely on that. He just does it when he wants to, when he's going in like to like a hard verse, especially on a hard beat like unaccommodating. So I don't believe he's relying on shock value bars. That's just a part of his thing. And for the whole like I get it. I understand if people are offended by referencing the Manchester bombing. Like you don't have to be like, oh, it's just it's just a song. Don't get offended. If people get offended, sure, but understand that he helped to raise like I think like $2 million for the victims of the thing that he referenced. So obviously he's not. I don't know what else to say. I mean, of course, you're allowed to not like the bar. It's perfectly fine, but don't be like, well, like, what do you think he like supports the bombing and think that it was okay or something like that? I don't know, but I mean, people have their opinions. That's fine. I mean, I disagree with them, but at the end of the day, we're not all gonna agree on everything, which is fine. But I feel it's important to understand that just because you rap about something doesn't mean you believe in it. Like he says on the intro of Criminal, just I don't know. He's been getting people mad like this since the '90s, since some shady LP dropped. Man, I don't even know what to say anymore. Just the album's out. My thoughts are still processing. I don't have a rating or ranking yet. It's gonna take time. But I was blown away, especially from the fact that it came out on my birthday. That was honestly like the best birthday gift I could have asked for. It was the only thing I listened to all day, except for like the evening time. It was I don't know. It was great. I really hope he releases some more music videos for this. I hope he does maybe some promo or interviews. If he doesn't, understandable. Because what is he gonna say? Like, yeah. But it'd be great to see. Only thing that this album is missing. It's missing some features. Okay, it's missing a Dr. Dre feature. It's missing the 50 feature because 50 said that M sent him a song for him to hop on. So I don't know what's up with that. And it needs some Griselda feature, some West Side Gun, Benny the Butcher, and Conway Machine. Could we get a deluxe version? I think it's possible because I don't think he would throw away this these um uh like the stuff with Dre's been working on. I guess it was never for sure confirmed that Dre was rapping on songs with them, but I don't know. Those are the vibes I got. But we know for sure there's something's going up with the 50 song. The 50 Cent collaboration. I don't know what happened with that. That leads me to believe there might be a deluxe version. He hasn't done a deluxe version since the Marshall Mathers LP 2. He didn't do one for Revival or Kamikaze, which yeah, I mean, like I said, he did do one for Recovery. He did one for Relapse. He did one for Encore. He didn't for his first three though. So, maybe he's just on another phase of not doing it, but it'd be great because I really want to see the 50 track. I want to see Dre on a track with him again, and I really want to see Griselda features, especially for with how big they are right now, to give him even more exposure on the M album. I don't know. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the album, and I doubt anyone's even watching this or making this far. But if you are, just leave some suggestions of what I should make videos on. Because I'm always looking to make videos on songs or music in general. And I'm playing some stuff right now to do more than just hip hop. I mean that is like my favorite genre, but I am into more. Like I said, if you go back to my channel intro, if that's even still public, which I think it is, I do want to do more than just rap, but it's I don't know. It's fun to talk about. I don't really know what else to say about other genres, but of course, leave suggestions. So that's it. Thank you, and bye.